Today we have a 2011 Honda CR-V. We'll be replacing the left axle seal, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we do is obviously remove the wheel. So basically now what we're gonna do is try to free up everything so that we could swing the spindle forward and get that axle out. So first I'm gonna do is remove the brake line, number 12, speed sensor, number 10, and then from here we're gonna get the caliper out the way, number 19, top and bottom. And then once we get that, we're gonna work on freeing the strut from the spindle. Okay guys, so we freed up everything here. We're gonna use a 36, remove the axle nut, and then with the 19 and 22, we're gonna remove these two bolts here. Okay guys, so everything's free now. Axle nut's off, all this is free. So we're just gonna push on the axle and remove it from the spindle here. Pulling this also forward, or swing it out forward towards us, and then working this axle out this direction towards the front of the vehicle. And then from there, we'll just put a nut, or one bolt nut just to hold this in place. And I'm gonna go under there and knock this axle out. So a little view of how it's done. Took it out, so you see I have a little room. Boom. And let me just get this up so I don't put so much strain on this lower control arm, which looks like we need to replace the bushings on it. So let's get this over here and let's get this axle out. Okay, now that this is kind of set up and the axle's free, I'm gonna come down here. You can see where it's leaking with a little pry bar in between the axle and the transmission, and just give it a quick little, basically if I could show it on camera, but I need both hands. But a quick little action like that to get it out. So the axle will release from the snap ring in there. So now I'm just gonna pull it out further and expose the axle seal there. All right, so the axle's been removed. We just gotta remove the seal here. But before I do so, I'm gonna just plug this up real quick, and I'm gonna clean up the whole area. And then from there, we're gonna remove this. And I'm gonna go ahead and install the new one. All right, so I'm gonna pull that seal out with my tool here, and then with this large socket, I'm gonna put it over the new one to knock in the new one, just so I can hit the outer rim, the harder part to get it inside. So let's get that out and get the new one. Okay, that also was kind of a struggle because of the whole distance. I couldn't really hit, had to get an extension and everything, hit it out here. But now it's pretty much flush in there. So I'm gonna throw the axle back in, making sure it goes literally until it locks, and then put everything back together. All right, axle's reinstalled, pretty much just lined it up and then just knocked it in like that until it was nice and flush how we had it earlier. So let's just get this back out, reinstall all this. So I have the strut attached again. Tying down my axle nut, one thing you have to do though is get a chisel or a punch and knock this part of the nut into that groove. Okay, also I went ahead and reinstalled everything. We knocked the nut in to lock in place. Our 12mm here to hold the brake line, calipers in, sensors back in as well over here, and that's pretty much it. Just make sure it all comes back together and we're done. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, more videos come.